we've been having these debates about the Mike Tyson. You know that was coming, man. Like I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Like right now, you're 40 years old.
Yeah, I'm 40. That's crazy.
Mike Tyson is 57 years old.
Yeah,
it's like, at what point is it too much when it comes to boxing? And when you see that situation right there, is that going to be a real situation?
I mean, you know, I know both guys. I know Mike for a long time. I know Jake for a nice little minute. You know, Jake is a marketing genius. You know, with him trying to box, you know, I look at it, you know, from a different lens because I know them and I'm, you know, heavy in the entrepreneurial space, you know, now, and I understand, you know, marketing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to him, he's not taking the traditional route of trying to be a professional boxer because all of us, we had to start, you know, in a certain type of way. Yeah. But with him, you know what I mean, it's a money play. He already, you know, I mean, because I've had these conversations with him. So, you know what I mean, like it's a money play for him. And, you know, he is in a position because he has so many followers and he is who he is, he can maximize by fighting a retired, you know what I mean, 2 or 3, you know, retired, you know, like these like MMA guys with big names.
Right.
That bring a crowd. So that right there is, if you understand pay-per-view, you understand, you know what I mean, marketing, that's gonna create a bomb. So that's the only thing he's doing. He's fighting Anderson Silva, that has a big name. He's retired. Put that together. The Nate Diaz is huge name in MMA, retired, but let's put it together. You know what I'm saying? So he's just putting together these big fucking like circus shows. And he counting the money after, you know what I mean, when it's all said and done.
I'm a big to like Mike Tyson is like, that's our era, you know.
Yeah.
And for us to see Tyson come out like, man,
we didn't.
I can't see Tyson. I don't want to never see Tyson lose or get put in a situation.
And that's the thing, man. I believe that's the crazy thing about it is because at the end of the day, Jake, he has been training. He got a good team with him. He's young. He's strong. And the fucked up thing about this, if it goes that way, that they need to understand. People need to understand. I don't care about these little highlights that he putting on the fucking internet of Mike, you know, hitting the pads and shit. You know what I'm saying? Mike is 57 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's 57 years old, bro.
At what point do you, like, okay, you're 40 years old.
Yeah.
And I know earlier you was saying that you and Floyd was talking about doing a rematch and fighting again. And Floyd is in his 40s.
Yeah, we was talking about doing like more of like an exhibition.
Okay, so at what point as a boxer, do you say, okay, like my punch isn't where it used to be?
I mean, it just depends, man. Like I say, I'm one of the real guys that I've been in the game, you know, for like 20 years at the top level. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you know, I got a chance to really start feel like my body started declining at. You know what I mean, 34, 35, I started having injuries, you know, left and right. And I tore my bicep 3 times. I tore my subscap tendon in my shoulder. You know what I mean? I broke my thumb at there. So I started having all these surgeries and shit like that. So I say probably about 35, 32.
That's 30. When it started.
Yeah, you really start feeling it. You
think it's about like, as an athlete, as a ball player, you know, I started noticing things from the recovery.
Yeah.
You know, ankle injury.
Yeah.
Something that used to take 2 days, 3 days. You started taking 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah. I don't know if that's the same.
Yeah, the same thing with boxing. It's like, you know what I mean? You normally can go into the gym and get in shape in 2 weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I used to, when I first turned pro, I go to the gym for 2 weeks and be in shape to go 12 rounds. You know what I mean? But now it's like you really got to go through a process. You really got to have a 8 to 10 week camp. And you really got to, after workouts, we used to, you know, we go work out and we go play basketball and shit. After workouts now, I think I'm in the ice tub. I'm getting massages. I'm trying to make sure I'm back for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you really, really, really feel the difference after a few years, man. That shit's it's a different type of game, boy. That boxing shit's a different type of game.
Yeah, I think that applies to even in life, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
You're talking about things that happen to you, not only sport, but things that's happening to you in life. You know, you try to be successful. I see a lot of people try to enter the entrepreneur world, and they get knocked down, or they get in a situation where it don't work out, and they give up. You know, and that's one thing that I always point out. Like, man, you have to keep going at it. You got to keep at it.
Got to, because at the end of the day, all you need is one.
All you need is one.
You need one win, bro.
One win.
You need one win. That's it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm saying it's gonna give you evidence to keep it moving.
Right. Switching gears, you know, we like to talk about multiple subjects or topics, or one of the pillars of creative life. And one of the pillars that, you know, that I find pretty interesting and that's near and dear to my heart, because it's financial freedom. I think everybody wants financial freedom.
Yes, sir.
But going through this journey, a lot of us, it's our first time.
Yeah.
You know, so when it's your first time, and you always learning something. I learned something from every guest. I learned something from everybody I talk to, because every journey is different, but they have a lot of parallels. Right. And for yourself, going in the boxing world, you know, with boxing, I don't know how it goes. Like in sports, we get a contract over so many years.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, stuff different.
Yeah, I mean, with boxing is different to a sense. You know, like you gotta be that guy to get paid for real. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the fortunate ones that, you know what I'm saying, I was ranked #1 in the country as an amateur. I went to the Olympics in 2004 and turned pro, ended up getting with HBO at the time, so they took care of me.
But who helped you make those decisions?
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. When I was getting ready to go to the Olympics, the thing with me was I was so nervous. I was scared because I understood where we came from, and I knew our circumstance where we came from, and I didn't want to fuck it up. So I knew I had the potential to go to the Olympics and turn pro and really make some things happen. So what I did was I really sat back. I watched the fight game. I seen a lot of fighters that I loved and liked, and I had a lot of fighters that was in my stable. And I wonder why everybody just either mismanaged their money or they just was broke. And I didn't really get what was going on until I really sat back and thought about it, even back then. And I understood that boxing didn't have a union. You know what I'm saying? They really just take a lot of kids that got great potential and just put them in the ring to fight and just give them a check. You know what I'm saying? No union at all, no regulations, no this and that. So what I did before I went to Olympic Games, a good friend of mine, my boy, wasn't Tracy McGrady at the time.
T-Mac.
Yeah, my boy T-Mac, man. You know, Auburndale native, man. You know, he the one that he went before me. He went to the NBA. You know, he started killing shit. And, you know, but we still spent time together because he seen where I was heading.
Right.
And for some reason, I used to see this guy walking with him all the time. And I found out that was his business manager.
Oh, okay. So
you know what I'm saying?
You learned from T-Mac.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I need to find out who that dude is. So he told me who it was. Like I say, I was just so nervous about trying to fuck the money up. I used to sit down with him all the time, constantly. His name was Gus.
Did you end up hiring him?
I ended up hiring him.
Okay.
I ended up hiring him before I went to the Olympics. And then he ended up being my business advisor, you know what I mean, coming into the program. So he pretty much kind of set up my structure, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of times people don't have structure. But
they ain't got no structure, especially in the fight game, because it's no union. Like I said, with football, basketball, don't they give y'all agents and all that shit?
They have them. They have a list of agents. They kind of solicit the agents. They kind of make sure that you know who qualify, who's on the list.
Yeah.
But you have to ultimately make the decision.
Yeah,
who you decide to go with.
Yeah, but us ain't nothing like that. It's, you know, you got a promoter, manager. If you one of the lucky ones that any one of these promoters or managers want to rock with, good, but they ain't teach you about nothing about no financial, nothing. Just get ready for your fight, give you a check, and you figure it out.
They don't take no taxes out, no nothing? Or they do
when
all
it
that?
comes to...
Well, it go from state to state, right?
When it comes state to state, you know what I mean? Each state is different. And like I said, it's no union, so it's no real regulation. So some of these managers can take up to 33 1/3%.
Out of y'all check?
Of the purse. You know what I'm saying? so it's no regulation. So it all depends on.
So that's why everybody go to the management side. You see like the the big time boxers they go to.
Yeah,
they
a lot
start
of them
doing
do.
it.
A lot of them do because, like I say, it's no real regulation.
Still today, like right now, they're
Still now today. But that's the way they want it though. Like we talked about having a union in boxing for years, but like the powers that be, they don't want it.